His powerful voice rising to a commanding crescendo, the mighty general raised his golden sword high in the air, stood tall in the stirrups of his warhorse, and bellowed at the sky. "Though all the hosts of hell rain fire and brimstone upon us, we shall prevail!" The army below him, 40,000 strong, bellowed in approval. The general sheathed his sword, placed his mailed hands on his armored hips, and waited for silence. The throng quieted, but as he drew breath to speak, there was an interruption. A tiny voice from the crowd. "Will there be biscuits?" The general paused. "I'm sorry, what?" From the crowd came the same small voice. "I said, will there be biscuits?" The general stared at his army, and his army stared back. Even the warhorse looked nonplussed. "Who said that?" the general thundered. The army rustled and then parted slightly, and from the crowd stepped a young man carrying a drum. The young man, boy really, raised his head and said, "I did." The general looked at him for a moment. The boy looked back. The general looked at his aides, but they mostly avoided his gaze. In the tone that was not unkind, the general spoke. "Son, today we face an army of evil. We go out to face this army, knowing that it may end us all, for it is our duty. We must defeat this evil, for if we do not, we will not live to see our homes destroyed, and our loved ones slain. Do you understand?" The boy nodded, but spoke once more. "Yes, sir, I understand, but, you know, it's just that I get a little hungry at tea time, and my ma always has some biscuits for me. I don't want to face the undead and have my stomach growling. That would be rude." The general stared at the boy, and the boy stared at the general. Everybody else looked at anything but the general and the boy. Finally, in a tone that no one but the general's wife would recognize, the general spoke. "Yes, little drummer boy, there will be biscuits." The little drummer boy smiled and said, "Well, that's all right then." Doffing his cap, he turned and made his way into the crowd, rapidly being swallowed by the army as though he'd never existed. Without another word, the general turned and led his army out of the gates of the city, armor shining silver in the rising sun.